What's up, Celtics fans? James Anderson here, bleeding green as always, and you won't believe the whirlwind that just hit TD Garden. Before we dive into the madness, make sure to subscribe to the channel and smash that like button to support the squad. What just dropped completely changes our trajectory for the season, and I'm telling you, this calm is just the eye of the storm. I've got intel that this roster isn't done shifting, and an explosive name is already on the radar. Are we ready for the final push for Banner 19? Let's get straight into this bombshell. You know what's most fascinating about the Brad Stevens era? He manages to keep us at the top of the standings while balancing the books in ways nobody expects. Even with Jason Tatum off the floor, we're sitting on an incredible 33-18 record, proving this system is resilient and Celtic pride is stronger than ever. But the news currently blowing every fan's mind is what Stevens just revealed about the buyout market. The trade deadline has passed, the dust has settled, but our president of basketball operations made it clear the work isn't done. He was surgical in stating that he's not looking for a star of the show or someone to steal minutes from our core rotation when we're fully healthy. The focus right now is finding veteran depth, warriors who can embrace a high-level supporting role but are ready to step into the line of fire when the pressure mounts. There's an open roster spot, and the name Cam Thomas, recently waived by the Brooklyn Nets, is echoing through league corridors as the top talent available. Imagine an explosive scorer like him coming off our bench. However, Brad was emphatic. The fit has to be someone who wants to move the pile forward. Zero ego. Focused only on a ring. Fans are torn on social media. Many want Thomas's raw scoring to ignite the offense, while others fear he might disrupt the defensive chemistry that got us here. What Stevens is doing is a masterclass in financial chess. He's managed to get us under the luxury tax threshold without surrendering a single first-round pick. This gives us massive flexibility to sign whoever he decides on in the coming weeks, ensuring the Celtics remain contenders today without mortgaging the franchise's future. The strategic analysis here is deep. He knows the playoffs are an injury lottery, and having a battle-ready player from the waiver wire could be the difference between a title and an early exit. He mentioned the goal is to keep things moving downhill and forward, signaling total urgency. Fans are buzzing over this potential reinforcement, feeling like every move is calculated to surround our stars with the ultimate safety net. But if you think this search for role players is the biggest locker room shift, you need to understand the immediate physical impact of the man who just stepped foot in Boston. The vibe has shifted completely because what's coming next is even more unbelievable and visually imposing for anyone following this team day in and day out. Nicola Vucevic's arrival in Boston wasn't just a standard trade, it was a statement of intent that instantly changed the DNA of our front court. Brad Stevens had a literal spark in his eyes, describing the visual impact of this 7-foot giant. He said that when Vucevic walks into a room, the atmosphere changes. He's big, long, strong, and doesn't look small standing next to anyone in this league. And let's be real, fans. We needed exactly that kind of physical presence to command respect. Vucevic is coming off a rock-solid season, averaging nearly 17 points and 9 rebounds during his time in Chicago. What excites me most is his strategic versatility. He's not just a traditional bruiser. The man has a soft touch, shooting nearly 38% from three-point range. That creates massive spacing for our guards to attack the rim, and poses a tactical nightmare for opponents in the pick and pop. In January alone, he dialed it up to nearly 19 points per game, showing he's in peak physical form as he joins our Green Army. Imagine what he can do under our coaching staff, bringing that veteran stability of a guy with over 1,000 games under his belt. He's a two-time All-Star who knows exactly where to be on defense and how to facilitate the offense with nearly 4 assists a night. The fan base is in a frenzy, with everyone saying he's the missing piece to provide balance while we await Tatum's triumphant return. Stevens highlighted that players with this size and skill set don't just become available every day, and securing him now, in 2026, is a mix of luck and elite management. The technical breakdown is clear. With Vucevic, we gain an offensive dimension that forces rivals out of the paint, making our attack unpredictable and lethal. Plus, his rebounding will stop us from giving up those back-breaking second-chance points that haunted us in the past. He brings the durability of a tank and the IQ of an elite vet. It's impossible not to get hyped seeing a player of this caliber in our historic jersey. But while his arrival feels like the solution to all our problems, it does raise questions about how the locker room hierarchy will settle from here on out. And that brings us to a point of reflection that could define the success or failure of this epic journey. Bottom line, the impact of these moves is massive, and it puts the Boston Celtics in a checkmate position in the Eastern Conference. On one hand, you have the financial brilliance and the hunt for buyout soldiers. On the other, the sheer size and skill of Nicola Vucevic transforming our interior presence. But now, I want to hear from you. Is Brad Stevens' plan to focus on glue guys the right move, or is it a huge gamble? Is Vucevic the final piece for Banner 19? Drop a comment below. I'm reading all of them. Don't forget to like and subscribe.